Benson.
Here.
Burgess.
Here.
Chavez.
Here.
Hicks. Myers.
Here.
Williams. Here.
Okay, thank you. The purpose of this meeting is to readdress the vote that was taken on April 24th regarding the settlement agreement for Chief Fox. On last Tuesday, April 24th, the vote came out to be 2 for, 2 against, and 1 abstained. At the time, I had seek that advice of the village attorney whether or not I would be able to vote. And at the time, he had said to me, no. Then after further investigation and me sending an email to the attorney, he advised the board we should come back together and retake another vote. So if in an event, giving me the opportunity to vote. So at this time, I'd like a motion to approve that settlement agreement for Fox versus the Board of Trustees of the Village of Sauk Village, case number 2012-CH01579, in consolidation with Towers versus Benson, case number 2011-CH43215. Motion.
Move. Second.
Comments?
Mr. Mayor, hold on for a minute. Let me go this again. You want to right past me and come back to you last week.
Well, we're just going comments now, please.
Okay.
Any other comments, please?
That was moved by Chavez and seconded by Myers. Okay.
Trustee Myers.
Now, this is that Mr. Fox had accepted the contract that we know about, right? Okay. And you understand fully that you'll be dealing with the mayor and board of trustees once he signs the contract, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's what I think of.
I do have a comment, Mr. Mayor. You just stated that this is for him signing the contract, or is this just for his arbitration for his pay?
No, it's approving his contract.
This is, the suit wasn't about the approving of the contract.
It has nothing to do with the suit.
The settlement agreement was nothing to do with the contract. The settlement agreement was to do with the wages.
It's a settlement agreement.
Correct. I'm saying, but the settlement agreement was addressing the wage part of that. It wasn't about the approval or disapproval of this contract. The settlement agreement, if you read it, states the wages that he agreed, or that the board asked, and he didn't agree, so he went back to his lawyer, and they came up with another agreement. This is just for wages. This is not for the contract. That's what I'm asking. You made the statement this is for contract. This is just for the wages. The settlement agreement does not deal with the contract. It deals with the wages. We offered one thing. Yourself and the chief did not accept that, so they went back to court, or they went back to the lawyer. They didn't go to court. Went back to the lawyers came back with another proposal. That's what this is. This is not about the contract.
It's about his pay.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So this is not about his contract, this is about his pay.
Right.
Okay, because you just stated that it was about the contract, and that's why I was getting clarification that this was about his pay.
Okay.
And I just still like to make a comment on, we offered that X amount of money, even though we said that we couldn't afford this, okay? We're past that now. We have to accept it. We have to accept Chief Fox because that's your appointment. But to come back and say that he doesn't want to work for the amount of money that we offered, this isn't the NFL or the NBA or any other place that we get arbitration for your wages. If you feel that you don't want to or you cannot work for that amount of money, then that's what it should be. How can any person working state that I don't want to work for the amount of money that you offered me. However, this is what I want, and if I don't get this, I'm going to go back to court and keep going back and forth to litigation. That's the problem that I have. I mean, I don't know if anybody here can go in and negotiate your wage, sir, as you get hired.
See, trustee, and you agree on any time that you come in, you agree on, you and your employee agree on what the wage is going to be. Especially if it's not written down saying this is what this position calls for. If it's written down saying that this is what the position calls for, no. Other than that, you negotiate what your whatever you can from you and the employee come to an agreement. And that's what this is. We've been talking about this for 6 months now. And to continue to go back and forward, and I've been saying it all the time. We only hurt in the taxpayer because they're the one footing the bill. I mean, for us to be less than $5,000 hard and continue to go to court to try and get $5,000 when we're already winding up paying almost $50,000 for this. And we're going to be right back. If we allow, right now, if the board decide not to agree on this last agreement, then we better be back in court again. And who's getting, who's putting this bill? And when it's all said and done, we all know what's going to happen. The courts are going to decide, and we're going to be higher than what the chief is asking for, and probably going to be paying all of his attorney fees. At this point, the attorney fees has been negotiated, and his salary has been negotiated. For us to continue to sit here day in, day in, and continue to try to push that and go to court, that's ludicrous. We should never have been this far in the part of it, no way. When the courts have said he's here, we should have been agreeing on a salary and passed this.
But Mr. Mayor, you just stated that that there was not a salary given for that position. Yes, it was. This board gave a salary after we were mandated to accept the position, to accept the appointment. We named the salary. The chief didn't accept that. You didn't accept that. So therefore, you're saying that we're going to court? We're not. We're being taken to court because the individual does not want to accept the salary that was put forth by this board. That's why we're here, sir. We're here because of that, not because the salary was not written or was not put down. Yes, it was. It was given to the chief at the time that he was finally appointed by yourself, and the court said that we had to appoint this person. Fine. We named the salary. He didn't think it was conducive. He took it back to court. And you're saying what cost the money? We didn't go to court. Court was brought to us. We were sued. You even said that, okay, he's not going to accept this. I don't know what you negotiated at the time that you hired him. I don't know what if you negotiated. If you told the chief that he was going to get paid X amount of money, you never told us that. You never came to us and told us, the board, and said, okay, I talked to a person, and this is what I offered him. The board offered. You never came back. You said that, how can we pay this person this amount of money based on average around the different municipalities in the south suburb? That's what you came back and told us. But to say that we, as a board, are causing litigation, we're not going to court. Court is being brought to us. We're being sued because we don't want to pay, or we cannot pay the amount that we asked for. As I stated before, I don't know any individual that can name their price. We have a price. And you're right, it is going to be dragged back and forth until there's a settlement made. But please don't say that we're the reason why all this is being charged, and we're the reason why we have to pay the court costs. And we're not. We didn't sue. We offered a salary. We offered the individual a salary.
I think it's important to also note that we did go to court about the temporary appointment status. The judge found that this person would be able to remain in this position indefinitely as long as the mayor was in this seat, because he had the right to appoint temporarily. Immediately what happened after that is this board decided to issue payment to this individual. I wasn't in favor of that. I didn't vote for that. Because the attorney did not say we had to pay this man. The attorney said we had to keep him in his position indefinitely. That's what the judge said. So, in my opinion, the second this we should do in this situation. Not only are we allowing this individual to tell us what we're going to pay him, but we're also agreeing to pay him to sue us. So that's, and I'm saying, people who are voting yes for this are the same individuals, some of them are the same individuals who have gone out and said, we are allowing people to sue us, and they don't even have to put any money up front because we're just going to pay their court costs. We're going to allow this individual to tell us what he's going to be paid. We still haven't seen a reference check brought to this board. We still haven't seen an in-house background check brought to this board. I haven't gotten any clarification on any piece of documentation that I've asked for from him or about him. We still haven't gotten any clarification that he was able to, and I know we say it doesn't expire, but there was no clarification on record that he qualified to carry his gun in 2011 to the time of hired him. All these things in case, all these things being factual, we're going to allow this individual to tell us what we're going to pay him, and then, by the way, pay for my lawyers too. It's absolutely ludicrous. We talk about funds. We talk about the fact that we're just spinning away our coffers, and we're costing the taxpayers dollars and everything else. How can we not? We're just going to settle. We know that because the mayor is choosing to put this individual in this position, and the mayor is in support of this individual, that's why it's okay to just pay the attorney fees. That's why it's okay, because when it was any other individual, besides the two that were voted on last week, it was not okay to pay court costs. It was a big issue. I don't think the one that passed last week should have been passed. I don't think this one should have been passed. This individual has a history of being insubordinate. I have stated that multiple times. It's been both individuals have a history of being insubordinate. There's documentation, there are emails that have been sent back and forth. The board is finally aware of what's going on. And knowing all of that being out in the open, there are still individuals who are considering voting yes to not only giving this man a salary, but he wants to pay his court costs as well. We talk about fiscal responsibility. I would ask every person on this board right now to think about that before they vote yes on this.
Anyone else?
Mr. Mayor. Each and every one of us on this board, we brought here for the people, not for individual, one way or the other. We brought here for the over 10,500 some odd people we got as residents in this town. All right, I'm not saying we have to love the chief. I'm not saying we have to agree with everything the chief does. I'm not saying we agree with everything you do. And I know definitely you don't agree with everything we do. But by God, we're out there paying money on legal fees. And this man, and we all know that the judge has put an order down that, if he stays in the position, he's going to continue to have the same job he's doing now, and we're going to continue to have legal fees. And that legal fees can go up to anywhere to $175,000, $200,000. Do we have that type of money put out? No, we don't have that type of money put out. We need to get the men on board under the mayor and the board's control, and we just get together and start getting this village rolling again. I mean, hell. We got to do something because now the man's taking our money and he's going to have a free run with it. Now at least our attorney looked at it and said, well, that's a reasonable offer. That's what the hell we put the attorneys in the office for. Give us the advice. And he did. And they said to each one of us last week, talked to us. I think maybe Mr. Benson didn't get a chance, but everybody else got a chance to talk to the attorney. All we're doing is going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let's make a decision. Let's get it done. Let's get it over with. And, my goal is the people of this town. I don't have a vendetta against him one way or the other. I don't like some of the crap he's pulling. Hell no. And so does a lot of people out. But, we have to get moving. And now we're spinning our wheels. We've been spinning our wheels for a couple of years now. Let's get the crap together. Let's get moving. That's all.
Mr. Mayor, the reason why we are in the position that we're in right now is because the trustee board wants to manage the village. They want to micromanage the village manager's job. They want to micromanage the police chief's job. And if they don't get their way, then it's what we have, confusion and chaos. It is because of that the taxpayers are paying through their pocket because of the foolishness and because of the lack of responsibility that this board is showing to the public, that once again we are in the position that we are in. In actuality, I'm surprised that Chief Fox that would accept this contract, because there's no doubt that the going rate for a police chief of his caliber and his experience is anywhere between $90,000 and $120,000 throughout the south suburbs, the west suburbs, the north suburbs. You better believe that. Do your homework. It's out there. If this goes back to court, there's no doubt in my mind that the judge will see on his behalf, rule in his favor, and give him more than actually what his contract states. Also, this board has been so freely to allow a whole bunch of other employees to go to court, has told them to go to court, but no doubt in my mind they did, told them to go to court to sue, and they will settle out of court. For them to sit up here and act like they don't know nothing about that is not happening, is foolishness. They have done that, and they are still doing that. And there is no doubt, for them to try to micromanage what's going on right now is the reason why we're in the position we're in right now. Last week, this should have been passed. Should have been passed some time ago. The money that he received some time ago was because of back pay. It had nothing to do with his contract. Nothing at all. He's still working without a contract. Why? Because this board and its members refuse to work with the mayor in this matter. But yet, they rather see the village taxpayers suffer at their expense because they think they have the right to do that, and they do not. We work for the public, and the public only. So this should not be the way it is right now, Mr. Mayor. I'm ready to go for a vote, but I would like this to bypass me so you can come to me last. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I still ask, Mr. Mayor, is this for his salary or is this for his contract?
This is for his salary.
Okay.
Anyone else? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Benson. Burgess.
No.
Chavez.
No.
Hicks. Myers.
Yes.
Williams.
No.
Benson.
Yes.
Those 2 yeses and an absent.
Okay, motion fails. Okay, make a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Sauk Village Committee meeting is now called to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Benson.
Here.
Burgess.
Here.
Chavez.
Here.
Hanks. Myers.
Here.
Williams. Here.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, before you get started, let me make a statement. So the public will know, and for the record, the meeting that was just held and the vote that was just carried and failed was going to happen, in my opinion, is going to have maybe I'm quite sure he will. This will probably end up back in court. And what happened was the trustee board decided not to grant this contract, which means that the judge will probably give him not 85, but he may give him anywhere between $90,000 and $120,000 because of his experience. Not to mention his attorney fees may go up to maybe from $10,000 to $20,000. So what this trustee board that just did, Hanks and Burgess and whoever voted no, Trustee Williams, to this contract, it just cost the village a lot more money. So you know. Thank you.
All right.
Can we say all the